Today starts the module number 2. This is 2-1, part 1 from Reveal. It's solving linear equations and inequalities. We're breaking this into 2 videos. The first video, we're going to focus fully on linear equations. And then the second one, we'll focus fully on linear inequalities. Right? And so, this is nothing new on this slide. An equation is a mathematical sentence stating 2 expressions are equal. So if it has an equal sign, it's an equation. Right? The solution is the value that makes it true, and so then you have to solve it. And so you're either adding to both sides or subtracting to both sides or multiply to both sides or divide to both sides to try to make it true. And so let's just look at some basic examples here. All right. And so I like to work with the x's first. And so, there's lots of steps, 4 right steps the first here, but I would say I would add 7x to both sides. And so that's going to give me 12x minus 3 equals 6. And then I would add 3 to both sides. I get 12x equals 9. I divide 12 to both sides, and I get x equals 9 divided by 12, which reduces. All right, you can use the calculator, 9 divided by 12, math, enter. All right, and that will tell you it is 3/4. If you just do 9 divided by 12 and you get 0.75, that's fine, but working towards the ACT, SAT, it's probably good to know and understand how to use that math enter function to simplify fractions. Right. In the next one, you have to use the distributive property. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. Make sure when you distribute, you do it to both everything. I shouldn't say both. Everything inside of the parentheses. And then you still have equals negative 6. And so I'm going to minus 8 to both sides. I get negative 2x equals negative 14. I divide by negative 2. I get x equals negative divided by negative is a positive. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And so, they're just solving algebra problems. I mean, it's just all review here of Algebra 1 concepts. It's Algebra 2, so we're not going to start with the simple one-step equations. We're going to challenge you a little bit. Right? And so let's go to example 1 from the book here. And if you're looking at this problem, you might be looking at it being like, oh my goodness gracious, I'm way not looking forward to anything like this because it's got fractions. Well, we're going to do is get rid of the fractions. It's kind of like super distributive property. I want to multiply the entire equation by the common denominator, what the least common denominator, the denominator that would go by into. In this case, the 3, but like if one was 3, one was 4, they both go into 12. All right, so figure out what the common denominator that both denominators go into. And so 3 goes into both of them. So I'm going to do 3 times this thing, and then 3 times this thing, and then 3 times this thing. Well, on the first two, 3 cancels out the 1/3. And so you just have 2x minus 57 plus 6 minus x equals, now on the far, 3 times negative 4 is now negative 12. Fractions gone, problem easier. Also, there's nothing to do inside parentheses, and so parentheses don't even really matter at this point, so let's just combine like terms. 2x minus x, 2x minus 1x is just 1x. Negative 57 plus 6 is negative 51. I add 51 to both sides. I get positive 39. And so that's my answer. Let's look at a different example. Now we got to take it from a story problem. The diameter of Earth is 828 kilometers less than twice the diameter of Mars. If Earth has a diameter of 12,756 kilometers, what is the diameter of Mars? Well, it's kind of a two-part problem. I can split up the problem right here because this is saying find an equation in the first little bit, and this is saying use this to solve. And so let's just focus on this first sentence. The diameter of Earth is 828 kilometers, less than twice the diameter of Mars. Do you have any idea what Mars is? Heck no. All right, so I'm going to have M represent Mars here. All right. And so I know Earth, all right, Earth is 828 less than twice Mars. So 2M minus 828. And now I break it down. And I'm going to plug in, I should say, this 12,756 for Earth. And then I'm going to solve for Mars. And so I add the 828. So I take 12,756, type that into a calculator, hit add 828, and I get 13,584, and that would be equal to 2 Mars. And so I divide by 2, and I get that the Mars diameter is 6,792, and I should probably mark a mark here that it's kilometers. And so now let's talk about when we're solving for a variable. So it's the same basic math functions. Kids generally struggle with this, though. You like the answer to be like x equals 7 or the Mars equals some big number. All right, now we're going to have letters in our answer. So we have this original equation, P equals 2 times A plus 2 times B, and they're using that to find the perimeter of this parallelogram. And they want us to solve this here for B. So I'm trying to get B by itself. So I get rid of the attachment first. Leave this 2 right now. Get rid of this attached to A. So I'm going to minus 2A to both sides. I get P minus 2A equals 2B. I need to get B by itself still. I have to get rid of this 2. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. On this side, I have just B. The 2's cancel. Over here, I have P minus 2A divided by 2, and that's how I would leave it. I would leave it like that. Now, if you're like 2 divided by 2 is 1, yeah, you could go ahead and do that. So you could write this as B equals, but you got to do first, you still got to do P divided by 2, and then 2 divided by 2 is 1, so just minus 1A. So either answer is right, but I would just get used to leaving it there as the fraction. You're going to try it. I gave you the odds, so you can check in the back of the book your answer, but you have to show the work. Good luck.